in this dimension, in this universe, you shall prevail over the darkness. We have entered into a new form of Scios, existential, positive existence. And together, as the Siamese Fantastic Ultra Justice League, we shall be victorious against all those who stand against the Siamese light. And we shall become the Siamese saviors of the multiverse, or the master multiverse, the Siamese.
We can't change the past, but we can change the future. You said you wanted your work to make a difference. This is it. This is your chance.
Why do I not share the same full capacity electronical force empowerment against mine? Why do I not share the same full capacity interesting electronical force empowerment against my newer and greater opponents? This should be interesting.
All forces of construct super regenerative disconnect.
You definitely need teaching on some basic dark side of
super regenerative disconnect.
Come on, can you beat me, Merlin the Incredible? You definitely need teaching a lesson in your basic dark side of
victory form.
Come on, can you beat me, Merlin the Incredible?
It feels like I have felt this presence of victory before.
To be continued next time, Merlin, Incredible Kalo. You have impressed me, Merlin. Welcome, I'm Ultranicor Zinvamatron, owner of the Psiometron construct. This is a computer digitalized construct in order to recreate synthesis superpowers modes. This is a test of the super future isodynamic forces of light versus the forces of other worlds in a competition mode. I'm a synthesis reconstruction, a bit like Zordon Intel of the future. Much you must learn before you can qualify. You have what it takes, and I'm impressed by your Battlemage Ultra mode. But remember, here, everybody has equal powers. Here, everyone stands a chance. Even you could be knocked out of the tournament and into the time travel relegation zone, even though you have ultimate power. Kalo of Siam the Krypton. Good luck with the qualifying.
As a symbol of eternal magic one time, in order to obtain the Siam power, it must be more than a contest, judgment, surely worthiness, equilibrium, a new form of existence must take place to match the Siam power. Greetings, I am the Quantum Entangulator, Master of the Ground. I challenge you to the hyper-speed engine ultimate force competition to see who is worthy. First, we will battle with our silent force.
You've been corrupted. In order to keep all my enemies alter and tell you what to.
It is great to be free of the Nexus creature, dark dimensional.
Hello?
Chaos Lord that I have just defeated using Cyclops, Superman, Ultima Psionic fusion beams. My search for the Psion life and the immortality realm of ultimate lives and ultimate nobility and honor has taken me to a strange dimensional, metaphysical, digital constructs world. I must learn more about it. This appears to be a new form of dimensional power, because I feel more empowered with the psionic light of overglow and mystic force, something that was lacking in my previous Battlemage adventures or quests to find a new form of life form to exist and coexist with
Different
me
than it used to
and
be.
the newly recreated psionic Krypton.
The kitchen should be over there. And a staircase. And there should be a big red
This
barn out
place
back.
has a magical feel to it. This
And
place
a
seems to be
windmill.
opening up by itself on automatical function portal to take me in a time travel mode existence.
He was a friend of my son Alexander.
To Smallville and the days of
How did I get myself here? Inside Omni Oracle through magical transportational mode.
I was
You have to
in a time
understand.
travel Battlemage quest
What is
mode
happening?
to
I
find a
don't
new
get it. I
form
mean,
of
I
life,
thought that Zod was
a new
trapped in
form
that
of
phantom prison
intelligent
other
species
dimension.
across the
That's what I'm worried
universe, known as the
I knows I
biomorphic
would not
ultra
release Zod
time-traveling lightspeed
He's obviously
defenders.
changed strategies.
I have been to many
So then
different
that's part of Plan
dimensions,
B?
cost
There's a lot of
swords
stuff right
with
in the
many
middle of
more
Look, I know what
powerful
you're thinking,
enemies.
and she
It
used to
appears
come
As
to
I
me.
grow more powerful, then so do my enemies.
Psionic light or Psionic God, temporary
But I don't feel like I've
existence
made
that
any of the right
Jor-El
choices.
empowers me with in
I was
order
so angry with
to
Jarell I didn't listen. I didn't
adapt
listen to
to
any
the
of his warnings.
But it
biomorphical
seems like
I'm
every time you turn
changing.
to Jarell, something bad happens.
Taking
I know this sounds
different
complicated,
forms.
Curry, but listen.
Can you hear my
Son,
generated
there's
new
a
forms of
destructive force, a
mimic
time travel
voice existence?
wormhole,
I
a
must
Genesis
seek
form of
Jor-El.
ultra intelligence.
I must not seek the powers of the psionic force too many times, because if I do,
Dark, replicant energies and forces overrun the universe, including myself, Jor-El, and turn everybody into a darkened force.
I know you are still angered by the
What
loss
is the
of Jonathan
balance between ultimate power, ultimate knowledge, and not having
I am
greed
Father.
of power?
Pain
An
is part of
understanding
life,
that the
Kalo,
most ultimate
but you
being
cannot let it blind
must
you.
also have the most ultimate form of equilibrium and equality. In order to
Fine is
rescue
merely an
all of
extension
the
of the craft that
Psioniverse,
can regenerate
I
in
cannot
any form.
take superiority into my form of existence.
It's
Even though
not
I
just
am
a ship.
rebuilt, what should I
It's
do?
the brain interactive construct. An advanced technology that will stop at nothing until its master, Zod, has been released.
No, there's got to be some way to stop him.
There is one way. Zod was imprisoned in the Phantom Zone for crimes that led to the destruction of our planet.
my son, you are becoming an ultimately powerful biomorphic psiomage. It's a Kryptonian version. You already were the strongest and the quickest, so therefore you are bound to overload on superpowers and become stronger than you can ever imagine that you could control or become. So therefore, go seek the cyber-electric machines of the future, who are also all-powerful. They have intel and computerized designs and super chips, and they can teach you the ways of control over the ultimate power. Go to the year 2875, seek the ultimate machines, the transformational ultimate changeling machines.
These readings, they're off the charts. I haven't seen activity like this.
Amazing.
The hybrid.
I have found myself in the Ultra Changeling Superforce Zion Dimensional Changeling Powers Universe. Here, I shall experience a future time travel dimension, experience of having all of my superpowers under control in augmented form, never being out of control, having a different form of existence that I can match with my supreme strength, quickness, alien form of intelligence and be the master of who I am, instead of allowing the powers or the new superpowers force realm to be the master of me. I'm Zaltrai in 10,000, the ultimate changeling, superpowers master of the future. I have bonded with a new alien changeling. He is a Saiyan intel auto-construct, seeking the same powers, willing to learn and share the same superpowers. If I'm willing to teach, and I shall ask the same of him.
It appears that my first task is in the Jedi Knight Ultra Force dimension realm.
He is not to be trifled with. Count Dookaris. He is the savior. You cannot defeat him. And first you must get through me. I am his tutor and mentor. I have taught him how to defeat you, Count Dooku.
Then let us see what you are made of, Dark Jedi. Your skills with a Scion lightsaber are weak. You were supposed to have a new form of Emnia Force that I could outmatch and defeat. But you are no match compared to the power. All the power of the dark side of the Psiomniforce.
I don't know who you are, but you appear to be stepping in the way of the Psiomniforce. I have new powers of the biomorphic ultra-skill dimensions of the future. I could destroy you within an instant, but to my new powers of no, you attempted still to overpower me. Even though I have control, and I could finish him at any point, I must use self-control analysis forms of power. So I'm not overpowered with any kind of supreme power to be able to over-dominate and become overconfident in victory. This is the original timeline that I'm in, that I still have two changeling forms. And into the Psionic Flash Super Speedster mode I shall enter to time of Vortex Ultimate Recreational Super Drive. I shall search all of the cosmos for the initial instigation of the cleansing of all of the Kryptonian belonging to the first timeline of Krypton. The new changeling form of Psionic, I can advance the genetic code in the trapped vessel of Jor-El, and perhaps I can initiate time drive Magikai Force and incarnate within Jor-El the Dragon Fusion Mage God Exorian Magikai of the Ultra Fusion realms. And together we can free our universe and keep stable the recreation of Krypton into Psionic Krypton and continue to rescue the survivors of old Krypton. Illuminatum, Intragor, Matrigon, and Althrin. I set free the Dragon Fusion, power in the fire realms of all the Magikai forces and send them to the Time Drive Ultimate Timeline Original Psioniforce realm as a combination to keep safe the galaxies of Psion and the Psioniverse. There is now time, hope, and a new civilization awaiting on the stable and recreated in time of fusion stasis mode. Therefore the stable, new, created physical planet of Psionic Krypton.
Hi. I love you. Thank you. You seem very nice also. Oh my God!
Patching you into Mr. Wade.
No, please don't. Sorry if this sounds weird, but are you actively eating that candy bar? Maybe you could throw it to me. In the name of justice.
Now, Barry.
Hi, Bruce. Yes, I'm...
So you're saying you went back? Wait, no. Look back.
The second level, Psion Dimension Super Speed Time Alteration should be enough to initiate the Dragon Fusion Spark within Exorian Magicai of the future. However, the Dark Battlemage Cyberlord, Intragor Mirakon, is attempting still to reverse all of the creations of the universe using the powers of the Kryptonians and the newly built genetic atom magic formulas in order to do so. It is now up to the Changeling Battlemage Superman mode that I reversed as a new initiation process, as a new form of species on New Krypton. Into the silent hour, I have the ultimate Psion Mage spellbook of creation. In which case, it's Battlemage, I Laser Force mode.
You see, there is no defeating me. I am the master of this world!
Blah, blah, blah. It's a bit much, don't you think?
Honey?
Yes, dear?
Psion-kinetic time travelers of the future, we must unite our superpowers and form Psion fusion mode to hurtle the acceleration of time force against the decreation of the universe and use a spell, creational force, atom magic and initiate our powers mode in time stasis of our initial creation mode and initialize the life creation on dual worlds Krypton and bring life to the reverse effect of the destructive form of the galaxy, and the dormant star that is Psion Krypton shall be blessed with eternal ever-force of creation of the enlightened spiritual superpowers of the future time lords of Krypton. Super realms.
These readings, they're off the charts. I haven't seen activity like this.
Amazing. I have found myself in the Ultra Changeling Super Force, the Psion Dimensional Changeling Powers universe. Here, I shall experience a future time travel dimension, experience of having all my superpowers under control in augmented form, never being out of control, having a different form of existence that I can match with my supreme strength, quickness, alien form of intelligence, and be the master of who I am, instead of allowing the powers or the new superpowers force round to be the master of me. I'm Zaltrai in 10,000, the ultimate changeling, superpowers master of the future. I have bonded with a new alien changeling. He is a Cyogen, Intel, or to construct, seeking the same powers, willing to learn and share the same superpowers. If I'm willing to teach, and I shall ask the same of him.
Welcome, Kalo of Psion Krypton. Do you enjoy your new cyber existence? Machine transformational time, machine mode. Have this individual lesson of automatic intelligent instinct. With your new control over power, you shall experience a new Psion new matrix or control of power. The digital construct will go into your cyber machine by multiple uploading. You may feel weak by the fact that it remains you're not curious full power and overload, but when you have full direct control, you shall be unstoppable soon. But you shall not be overpowering into any form of negativity or darkness. You shall be the cyber construct super machine of Psion Lights.
My enemy appears to be in full maximum force of cyber construct alien technology. I shall have to be careful to not use maximum overdrive superpowers against them. I enjoy the thrill and maximum force intelligence, reconstructive force in biomorphic Changeling Superpowers mode. This ultimate alien Cybertron machine must have a new, invincible, indestructible form of attack and defense. Whilst ever I use my karma of Clark Kent or Kalo, I know that I shall keep control over my powers and my destiny, which should be a great new added super feature of my biomorphical Changeling super armor. This armor may be large, but it is advanced and carries more data analysis and progressive quick functionalized analytics on what to do in combat situations. Not as advanced as
However,
AI,
to combine both cyber armors,
you have the most advanced genetic form of reconstructive superforce
built into the cyber super armor of the future of the Cybertron auto-dynamic robotic realms of the future.
Now a new task in a new cyber world must begin.
Sarah, you okay?
I'm alright, Clark. She's in trouble.
Who?
Lana.
Exorian Magicae, AI Kryptonian intelligence. There's a spectre of Malorian Night Shadow, dark chaos. What do I do in order to defeat this next nightmare creature? This dominant creature of darkness requires full silent genetic Battlemage force eye lasers. Use them with immediate effect.
Sarah, we have to save Lana.
He's too strong. Can't stop him.
This is Exorian Magicae once again. Stop wasting time, Kalo. For if the Nexus creature enters out into the real domain and out of the dream world, he will gain full control over everybody's soul, everybody's enactments because of the physical realm contained to the soul. Act now, Kalo of Krypton. I shall have to think instantaneously, perhaps using the silent front of the dream world. I can absorb Superforce Island required of the same attainment and skill that Exorian Magicae has spoken of. It's time to utilize cybergenetic force Battlemage Islanders. I remembered what Exorian Magicae told me. One stage of my journey is over, a new stage of my journey is about to begin. Lana is still in the dreamscape, trying to absorb all of the cybergenetic powers to regain the ultra Battlemage force. I shall do what my instinctive Battlemage nature allows me to. Monarchial, Spectralian, Physicalian, Grizob. I shall use my psionic senses to know whether my actions are true or close to the phasing ultra mode. New power I have now achieved. Through 3 dimensions of forces can I X-ray through and step through dimensions and instantaneously to light speed stop the actual flamethrower. No thanks required, that's just vanity. And now my task and mission is complete. It seems due to the time of Vortex Changeling modes, the time taken, they are happening at an exponential rate. I have appeared through Sartorion 10,000 into Supreme Changeling Powers mode, the test of Jurel. is to alter all powers by causing an equilibrium so that I am in control of my powers. But whatever I am in touch with dimension mode, at Changeling speed, light speed dimension course, this will be a difficult test to be able to master all the abilities and Changeling powers of the Psionic Force. This is my arch enemy, our flying models, dynamic, dark, chaos, Battlemage, decimating my opponents. This time it appears that he has been set free. I must think about restraint and caution, and not understand a spiritual incarnation of spell of good alliance. So in which case, Illuminati, Spectralia, Vanishmore, Dynamical Valor, Mirakon, I call on the 3 dimensions of the spell coding. There shall be justice to all those who end worlds. And by taking a life should I have chosen to do so this time around, which I won't, my cyber-electric skills would over-empower me and turn me to the darkness, which I shall never, as I swore in this timeline the first time around, that I shall never turn to the darkness. So out of all the forces and exhilarations that was not required, over-empowerment could also drain my utilistic mana force regeneration Battlemage skills. This is one test I have learnt. I still need to find cyber machines of the future, the auto-dynamic Changeling robotic machines. I seem to have some form of understanding of how to control my power, but I still have the urge from a series of cyber-electric mastery over dynamic super spells, and yet again that is an exhilaration and a rush that I have never experienced before. So caution and restraint must be my lesson, to keep up the Guild of Honour and the construction of the Silent which I enjoy in separate.
You know you could have stopped all this, Lex. All you had to do was recognize me outside of the opera. Just say, "Hi, Shannon. It's nice to see you." But you didn't. I was wearing the earrings that you bought me. We had sex again and you still didn't recognize me. I had a life, Lex. I had a fiance. You ruined my life. And you didn't even know who I was. And you do this all the time.
It is time for a time and teleportation ultimate wormhole tunnel experience. It is not your time to die yet, Lex Luthor. You still have a destiny in another world. I must absorb all of the Nexus flames of the Pytaurus destroying planets that are here to spread chaos fire amongst all of the realms, and I shall take the fires and diminish them with the purity of the Psionic light.
With mortals!
Kalo, you have been summoned here to prove your test is going to be successful. The test of Psionic worthiness, to see if you do have power control. Your spirit may be Kryptonian, but is your soul pure after your first dimensional timeline, where red kryptonite has affected you? Is it a permanent effect, or to see what it is like when you are overpowered and are not the strongest? Will you resort to dimensional overdrive? And to see where the stakes in the silent reactor, multi-change, time, warp, multi-change,
Ultrania,
contest,
Chaptaria, Integral. In which case, I shall use my Changeling form of temporary psionic god status to match yours. Therefore, any decision that I make shall be that of worthiness, if you seek worthiness and you claim to be a psionic god yourself. I shall use a selfless deed commandment spell and allow the spectral dimensions warriors to show you what I mean in the acts of honor, of worthiness and power.
It's time for Ultra Scion Reactive Invincible Powers Dimensions mode.
The test of worthiness and power does not really belong to a category under worthiness. It belongs to the ascension of nobility. For if a greater power is the greater destiny is also required. What it takes to actually restore balance.
It is time to become spectrally dynamical, the ultimate psionic phoenix of power.
Equilibrium of the universe. For if the universe is set, it matters not to be saved. But it only helps if its path is righteous. My spirit is Kryptonian, as is my action.
They're all around us.
Like cosmic forces of nature. That's why we can't find them. Because they're in the Speed Force.
It's time for Scion Flash Dimension Transformational Mode. Here I am, given another chance at the Dragon Fusion Spark Realm to incur the power of the Dragon Fusion Mage God Exorium Magicae with his power and knowledge over destroy the forces and the resurrection of new forces into a new Nova power existence from the Nova Scion Sun. The inhabitants and dormant star belonging to Krypton can be revitalized through the Dragon Fusion Powers mode by defeating the Psionic Witch in ultra-fast split-second timology and super-force regenerative powers. I can recreate all the life sparks, not just Exorium Magicae, but all of the required inhabitants for New Krypton or Scion Krypton. Sometimes I enjoy this ultimate Scion Flash mode. It gives me greater power, beginning from a letter power. It sounds impossible, but I enjoy that power drive and the ultimate responsibility of the universe that it enables me with as a powers mode.
If this thing achieves enough atomic mass, it's gonna snap back like a rubber band.
Big Bang in reverse. How much time do we have? No idea. It's like all four isotopic forces are returning to their original state, like when they were born.
It is working. I have initiated the life force of Exorium Magicae, the Dragon Fusion Mage God. The universe is recreating and establishing a new life energy genesis construct for the planet of Old Krypton and Psionic Krypton, to both of them be regenerated in life force and physical construct. The planet now has life. The survivors in time drive from Old Krypton can be rescued by the superhero force in the super city of Metropolis, and they can be transported to dual worlds physical mode in separate universes of the multiverse into both Krypton and Psionic Krypton. If I can generate enough time-driven speed force ultimate life generation spark, all of the survivors of Krypton can be saved and resurrected on New Krypton.